Welcome back to morale. So now we are going to see about advantages of high morale. So high employee morale has been attributed to increased employee engagement. Engaged employees have a higher level of morale and are more apt to provide the results an organization desires, or we can say employer desires. Other elements factor into generating employee engagement, but most of them fundamentally rely on boosting employee morale. For example, improving communication channels privately and publicly, recognizing great work, and classifying goals all help to boost employee morale. These actions also support greater employee engagement. The difference is that an employee may report a high level of morale, but something might cause him to become disengaged in his work. On the flip side, highly engaged employees might experience low morale. Eventually, these workers lose any organizational connection to their work, and they may have had and their organization suffer from poor productivity. So these are the clock watchers and hangers on. They become dead weight for the company. Worse, they will share their discontent with others in the workplace. So they will be complaining about the organization. They will not happy about their work. So these are the symptoms of low morale. With the high employee morale and employee engagement are later, they are not the same thing. Employee morale is typically associated with feelings of well-being and job satisfaction. So engaged employees may be satisfied with their jobs, but contented employees are not necessarily engaged with their work. Having high employee morale is the foundation upon which employee engagement can grow and thrive. So according to Business Solve, 98% of HR professionals and 92% of employees surveyed said empathetic employer drive retention. Both engaged employees and employees with high morale are more likely to stay at their jobs for longer time. So boosting employee morale is not a one-time effort, generates long-lasting desired efforts. Though there are some set it and forget techniques to support employees, fostering high morale requires that you routinely take the pulse of employees and tweaking the procedures that work. So they have to improve the employee morale at workplace. It improves team spirit, enthusiasm, loyalty, dependability, and decrease in frustration. So these are the advantages of employee morale. So it improved productivity. High morale employee work or perform better. They will achieve their targets before deadline, and greater attention to the important details. So low morale causes people to stop caring and make more mistakes on their job. In a high morale setting, employee pay attention to details, so they will be care about their target and their work. They are about outcome of a project, and it improves attendance. As employees discover the excitement of coming to work, and attendance often increases, they won't take unnecessary leaves, and it improves performance and creativity. When morale is high, employees get excited about solving problems, completing projects, and satisfying customers. So they will be more innovative in their job, and it improves quality of work. Working in a high morale environment improves the quality of work performed. People care more about what is being produced, and it saves work environment. A workplace with high morale makes everyone more conscious about working safely and avoiding shortcuts that they cause someone to be injured. The question remains, are we successful because of high level morale or higher ratio of engaged employees? So these are the benefits of high morale. So next, we are moving to factors influencing employee morale. So there are two factors, that is internal and external. So external, that is not in the organization, we call it as external factors. So it has some five factors: personality of individual, psychological characteristics, level of intelligence, health, social relationship. These are the factors which influences employee morale externally. So personality of an individual employee is very much important. We studied this concept in first unit itself. Personality that determines characteristic of the individual. So how their perception towards job, how their attitudes towards job is telling more about employee morale. Psychological characteristics. So again, it is related to their personality and level of intelligence. See, if any software developer, they must be good in programming concepts and ideas, how they can come out with good coding techniques. If the lack of this intelligence will make them to have low morale, because they don't have that much knowledge in their job. That also determine their morale in the job. And also health. See, if they have any kind of compliant sugar or pressure or some disease, that will have a great impact in employee morale. And social relationship also impact employee morale. If they have good peer group relationship, they will be very happy to come to their organization. And if they have good rapport with their supervisors or subordinates, so it will make a good kind of relationship in their organization. So these five factors have greatly affect employee morale positively and also negatively. Okay, next we are moving to evaluation of next we are moving to internal factor. In internal factor, we have organizational goals, organizational structure, nature of work, working condition, compensation, and group. So organizational group, it is a great impact on employee morale. And the organization should not give unrealistic work goals to their employees. So if they give, they will be frustrated in their work. So organization structure, so according to Fayol, they should have unity of command, unity of direction. So the information should come from one boss and direction should come properly from that boss. Okay. And nature of work. So nature of work means that job description and job responsibility should be allocated according to the skill set of the employee. And working conditions, infrastructure and other thing, safety measures. So everything that determines employee morale. And compensation, group activity, team building activity also great impact on employee morale. So compensation, so they should they should be paid according to their work, what they are doing in the organization. Okay. And peer group relationship, that we can call it as group activity or team building activities. Okay. So next we are moving to how the employee morale can be evaluated. Okay. Under the evaluation of employee morale, the first method is observation. The managers can measure the morale of the employees by observing their actions and behaviors. But in practice, managers do not find adequate time to carefully observe the behavior of the employee. So it is very important for the manager to measure the employee on the basis of their morale. Usually managers try to measure morale by checking the extent to which the organization is getting the results in respect of productivity. But this is not a reliable method, because morale may be high although productivity is low, and vice versa. Because of other factor, in many studies it's shown in that there is low correlation between morale and productivity. So next we are moving to questionnaire method. In questionnaire morale survey, In morale survey, we have two types of method: interview and questionnaire method. So in interview method, we can ask employee about the company policies, how they feel about the company policy, and the employees can be interviewed about self-concept, job, organization culture, etc. So that the inferences can be drawn on the basis of their feelings, opinions, and experiences. Questions can be explained, modified, or detailed as per the requirement, and interviews are face to face, so they are more reliable as it is difficult to tell lie rather than writing a lie. So disadvantages may be there because it is uneconomical for a large group. Next, we are moving to questionnaire method. So we can ask questions to the employee. We can prepare structured questions. In this method, the employees are asked to fill a questionnaire. The questionnaire contains the questions about job, company policy, and organization. We can ask questions like, do you like your job? Do you like your workplace? Do you think company is well managed? Or is organization structure efficient? Is cleanliness at work area good? So this method is economical if there is large number of employees and less time consuming. Employees can freely express their feelings in questions without any hesitation, provided the questioners does not ask personal questions. So these are the features can be included in questionnaire method. So next we are moving to company policies, company records. So the company records can be identified by absenteeism report, employee turnover, grievances report, and grievances solved. So next we can get company records from abnormal loss in production, waste and scrap, and customer complaints regarding quality of product. We can say here like total quality management has to be followed throughout the organization, and information collected from exit interviews. So if any employee leaves the organization, the employer has to collect their opinions and other thing, that's called exit interview, and suggestions of the employees can be taken. So best suggestions can be implemented so that they'll be very happy, and they'll be feeling that they are also the part of the organization. And they can next evaluating method is counseling. This method aims at finding dissatisfied employees and related cause of dissatisfaction and taking remedial actions. By counseling the employees, their morale can be judged. So these are the techniques or method we can say how we can evaluate the employee morale. So next class we are next session we are going to see about employee attitudes. Okay, so please be wait.